Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode in my How to Get There series. Today we're going to be talking about Bleak Inlet, and we're going to be going to Bleak Inlet. I'm going to also explain some of the intricacies of Bleak Inlet and how it's set up, and how we get to each section, because Bleak Inlet is split into two sections, upper and lower section. The upper section requires a rope to get down, and which is the reason where we're going to go today. We're going to start with the upper region rope climb, and in order to do that we need to get a rope. So if you're here at the camp office, you can go up to the overlook and steal the rope from there, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go up. I'm going to show you how to go, or kind of walk up there without taking the rope climbs. Over back there's two rope climbs that show you how to get to the overlook, but it takes a lot of energy to climb the ropes, and I'm going to show you an easy way to get there. Alright, so let's get started. Let's go up and grab the rope from here so we can use it to get down the Bleak Inlet. The Bleak Inlet entrance can be accessed from the ravine. So what you want to do is from here you want to kind of go up this little slope right here, and you're going to walk up till you get to this camelback up here. Or wormback, whatever you want to call it. I call it a wormback because kind of like a worm that's under the ground but kind of raised up. You're going to come right up to here, and you're going to start walking up it. Now, just ahead is a part right there that levels out. Right from there, you're going to go right. This, I find, is the best way, the least way you get sprains. So now I'm going to turn right, and I'm going to walk straight ahead like this to that rock, that big boulder right there. And then I'm going to go take a sharp left turn. You'll actually see where the path starts to go up. You can actually see a little valley ahead of me. That's where we're going to walk up to the overlook. So when you get to this part, which is like a little indentation, right here, you're going to start walking up. Now again, there is another way to get here. It's two rope climbs. If you feel like taking the ropes, then by all means take the ropes. I'll show you where they end up if you take the ropes. Alright, so here's the top of the second rope climb. This is where you'd end up if you were to take the ropes. But we're going to steal this rope so we can get down to the Bleak Inlet. So this is what I usually do. I come here, I steal this rope right away, because sometimes you don't find one on the way there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this rope, and I'm going to walk back down from here. This is a good area. There's a cave here to check out. There's might be a carcass up there for you to harvest. But we're going to go down, and I'll show you how to get the Bleak Inlet from here. And it's pretty easy. You just go follow the tracks down into the ravine. You follow the tracks around to the rope climb, which we'll get to. I'll show you when we get there. So when you come over here, you want to kind of do the reverse. You're going to come down to where it flattens out here, and you're going to go right. And kind of just follow your same footprints. You should sprain less if you do it this way. Try not to come here very heavy or encumbered. If you climb when you're encumbered, you're more likely to sprain yourself. Now, again, I'm just going to come right out to this kind of worm back thing. I'm going to walk back down again. You can go the other way we came. I find that a little bit shorter, but you can go like back down here again through the side of the rock. It's fine. So we're going to go follow the tracks all the way into the ravine. And of course, just like my other video, the last one I did, I'm going to sprint a little bit to try to make the time. Don't want to make this video too long. Now, I don't recommend sprinting all the time because it does take a lot of fatigue from you, but we're going to go before the snowstorm comes in. We'll make it down to the ravine. So as I was saying before, Bleak Inlet is split into two sections: an upper section and a lower section. The upper section requires a rope climb to get down into it, and then to get down to the lower level from the upper level requires another rope climb down. There's another way through Forlorn Muskeg that can get you there to the lower level, but you can't get to the upper level unless you hang a rope ahead of time to get down there. So we'll do a separate video on showing you how to get to the lower level that way, but today we're going to show you how to get down proper through the upper level and down. So it's really straightforward. Right now we're going to follow the tracks all the way into the dam area, into the ravine area. And of course, always watch for wolves. There's usually always wolves on the tracks. So I am playing on Pilgrim, so he's just going to run away from me. But if you're playing higher difficulties, you might want to have your torch out at this point. So, you want to go to Bleak Inlet for, obviously, the region. If you want to stay there, get resources. It's also used, there's an ammunition workbench if you want to create ammunition. You have to go there. You have to get the code from the tower at the upper level. And you have to take the code with you. And you have to wait for an aurora to come in. And then you can access the lower level during an aurora where you can open the door. And then you can operate the workbench, the ammunition workbench, and the milling machine that's there. That's pretty much how it works. So if you want to craft ammo in this game, you have to do it this way. You have to go to the upper level first, get the code from the desk in the tower, in the control station, and then you have to go to the lower level and access it through the aurora. I hope the weather cooperates for us for this tutorial, or I'm going to have to start it over again when it's a clear day out. But we'll see what happens. Like I say, I don't edit my videos. I just do them and upload them raw. So, we'll see how the weather goes. I mean, this includes any mistakes or bloopers I might make. I do have a little bit of a speech problem. So I do stutter quite a bit sometimes, so I apologize ahead of time. That wolf is very loud. It's quite windy. It's pushing me back right now. So if anybody's new to this game, this is the Carter Dam area. If you're playing on lower difficulties, it's quite looty, has a lot of loot in it. If you're playing the higher difficulties, quite a bit less loot. But it's always worth visiting here and see what you can get. Now again, like all my videos, I'm not going to go in there because I don't want to give you any spoilers, but it's over there. These trailers here make a nice base. If you want to stay and base here, you can base here. But down the end of these tracks is a region, it's a transition zone actually called the ravine, or a ravine. And this is how you get to Coastal Highway and how you get to Bleak Inlet. And I'll show you both ways. I might need to sleep because I've been running a lot. But we have some coffee with us, so we can drink some coffee to get down the rope. I shouldn't sprint anymore because I need to save my fatigue for climbing the rope. Alright, so this is a transition zone called Ravine. This is a safe area. There is no predators here. In the community, in the Long Dark Twitch community anyway, we call this the Long Dark Hospital. And it's a good way to recover your condition. You can come here and get resources. You can hunt deer and rabbits here. You can get a lot of cattails on the river. This is also passage to Bleak Inlet and Coastal Highway. I apologize, I'm slow right now. It's very windy, and I can't sprint too much because I can't lower my fatigue too much. I won't be able to climb down the rope here. So you'll have to bear with me. You can always speed up the video on your own if you need to. But it's a kind of a straightforward path. Once you get here, but just before the bridge there, you want to bear right, like I went over here. And you're going to follow it behind this rock outcropping, and there's a rope climb there. That's where you're going to hang your rope. It is really nice when the snow is falling, though, isn't it? Really kind of beautiful. I really like the graphics in this game. I really like the art style. It's very nice. It's very immersive and very relaxing. Now, when you're hanging ropes and stuff, you could get cold. So make sure you're warm when you start hanging ropes, because you could freeze and lose condition. So right over here, not very far from here, is the rope climb. So we're nearly there. See, there's lots of bunnies and deer here. Now, if you're playing higher difficulties, like Interloper, you might only get 1 or 2 deer and a couple of rabbits. But right straight ahead, right there, is the rope climb rock. You can always tell a rope climb rock. They actually all kind of look the same. They're all kind of tall and pointy, and they have a little snow cap on the top. We're going to go over here and hang the rope on this rock right here. Okay, so now down here is the ravine. And this is how you get to Bleak Inlet from here. Bleak Inlet is actually down that stream, and it's actually, the entrance is right over there. So we're going to drink a coffee here, and we're going to climb down the rope, and I'll show you how we go. Now remember, when you're climbing up this rope, it's a very, very long rope. Make sure you have a good amount of fatigue on you. At least half full is recommended. And coffee is also highly recommended if you have it. And you can see how long this rope is. And again, if you don't want to follow along at normal speed, feel free to speed up the video. Absolutely. It might make my voice sound funny, but you feel free to do that. And we're going to take it right here. Make sure you check this train car. We're not going to go in here, but just make sure you check in this train car when you're here, okay? So we're going to follow this right down. And of course, it's still very windy. I think we could sprint a little bit here. We don't have any more rope climbs to do, so... And again, it's very windy right now. It's really pushing me back quite a bit. And I don't have a lot of gear on me. I'm not very heavy, so... You can tell how strong the wind is here. Now, it does get cold here, so be very careful when you go to Bleak Inlet. It's a very cold region. It's very windy, too. Make sure you're geared up. This is also one of the first regions that introduced timberwolves into the game. So Bleak Inlet does contain timberwolves, so just keep in mind. So leave ravine. And here we are. This is Bleak Inlet. It looks like it's going to blizzard, so I'm not going to go any farther. You just kind of follow this log bridge down. You go over to the left, and you'll go down into the upper area of Bleak Inlet. So I'm going to let you explore this on your own. I don't want to give you any spoilers, but you pretty much just follow log bridges down to the bottom and go to the left, and you'll find the entrance to the upper level of Bleak Inlet. Thank you very much for watching. We're going to do another video that shows the other way to get to the bottom level without any rope climbs. But thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you. Thank you very much and take care. Goodbye.